Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Rome 2 Siege action. We have a 3v3 for you here on Athens, and this appears to actually be, I'm actually drawing a blank right now. Medium. It's a medium-sized settlement. There we go. I believe also that this is smaller funds of battle, as we have a lot of Chimera is not fully fleshed out. It's on a 20 stack, and as we can see, well, actually, we can't see a lot of Arverni, but I did see their army composition before the map started. They have a lot of Celtic Warriors and Levy Freeman. But anyway, I digress. This one has been sent in to us by Eric, and as always, let us go over the players on the field of battle. Quickly go over army comps, and then we'll get right into it. So, defending, we have Eric playing as Chimera, Billy T. Sherm playing as Galatia, and Star Killer 556 playing as Kush. Attacking, we have Robot playing as Arverni, Willie Sneeze 62-262 playing as Rome, and Jenny Matrix playing as Iceni. So, we'll go over the attackers, and then we'll get into the defenders. Rome is bringing. Got a big old ballista boy right here, and then it looks like a bunch of Histati, backed up by some Vigles and some sucky Histati. Honestly, terrible unit, but that might have been what he had left for in terms of money, not least. Or they. Histati, however, not a terrible unit, honestly. Not bad, not bad. Iceni is bringing, we have 3 units of Levy Freeman that we can see at least, and then we have, looks like Sword Band across the way. Of course, there are units hidden within the trees that we cannot see, and Arverni also has a big old ballista boy. What else they have, we do not know, but I'm sure we will find out soon enough. Let's see, we'll start with Chimera. Chimera, way over yonder here, has a unit of Steppe Lancers. 2 more units of Steppe Lancers right over here. And then they have Steppe Archers. We have 3 units of Hoplites, 2 Scythian Hoplites. We have another Chimerian Heavy Archers, Chimerian Noble Infantry, and I believe that is, oh no, we have a, what do we got? Chimerian Heavy Archer. And that is it for Chimera. Kush is bringing. We got some elephants right on in the back. 4 units of Royal Kushite Archers, always a solid archer unit. And then we have Slave Infantry across the board. Again, another pretty solid low-tier infantry unit that can hold their own and definitely occasionally punch above their weight if they are supported well. Galatia is rocking. We have 2 units of Galatian Legionnaires. We have some Noble Horse, Galatian Swords, and then, of course, we have 1 Celtic Slinger, 3 Syrians, and then we have another Galatian Sword up there over on the wall. And that's going to be it for the army comps. So we'll get right into it. We have 33 minutes, 43 seconds on the clock. Let's get it on. So, naturally, the attackers have moved their siege towers, or at least some of them, up close to the walls. Maybe they thought that there was going to be wall artillery. There's not. Or they just moved it up closer because there are still Scorpions on top of these siege towers. Ooh. And, oh, they're not. They are not firing. Okay. Well, they aren't firing. Although, yeah, no, they're not even firing at they can't see the Celtic slingers either, so they're not firing at the slingers as well. So these aren't firing at anything. Once, however, though, these guys get a little bit closer, they'll probably start to see this, and then perhaps the Scorpion towers will start to fire. I would imagine, though. So, a slow start as always. Chimera, as we can see, has sallied out at least 1 of the Steppe Lancers. And then we'll see what he can actually achieve here. Like he's swinging out wide, possibly maybe going to get into the tree line and just really try and come as wide as possible. He is spotted. Honestly, in my opinion, it's a silly mechanic how that works. I mean, considering how far away he is, I mean, and if we look at it from literally this, oh, look at this! Look at this! Wow, Levy Freeman, noble horse. What type of tomfoolery was gonna go on over here? Well, this surprise has been ruined. I imagine he probably was going to try and burn down the gates, but I don't know if that would have gone his way. Levy Freeman are poorly armored, and the gatehouse, for all intents and purposes, pardon me, is like a machine gun nest. It just spits out those arrows super, super quick. We have some cav here from Rome. Didn't get a chance. Equites, okay. I don't think the Steppe Lancers will do... I mean, their melee defense is garbage. I'll probably get them initially on the charge, since they have 51 charge bonus, but... yeah, the Equites have a 60 melee defense and a bonus versus large. They had the same bonus versus large. No, they do not. So it looks like he's going to try and catch up, and he might get them here. Coming on the inside turn there, catching up. Oh my god. Oh, look at this one guy. So close. And they caught them. Oh. He's going to have to keep going, but he's winded. They're active. Start to see some Celtic Warriors coming out of the woodworks here now, quite literally. Still, they cannot see any of the units on the inside. They are now... They were actually going to go after the gate? Are they going after the gate, or are they going after towers? They might be hitting towers as collateral damage. And they're gone. Unfortunate. But, you know, he still has two more. They are out. At least one of them is. Going to come right around and get after these Balearic Slingers following up. Oh, boy. Possibly Rome is a new player? You never know. It's always a possibility. Balearics, though, are going to take quite a bit of a hit. And Rome's not bothering to dismount any of his Hastati here either. Although now they are going to get dismounted. Yeah, there we go. But he's just going to be able to plow right through all of them. Not necessarily getting a lot of kills. It's climbing. But there goes the Balearics. They are wavering, but I would imagine since they are in the protective bosom that is all these Vigiles that have now been dismounted forcibly off of their towers, yeah, they're gonna make their way back. Down to 71 men, 59 kills. Equites are gonna make their way over here. They are winded now. Ooh, jabby throw down to 59 men now. And he's gonna charge headlong right into, well, General's bodyguard, the Legatus actually. Looks like he's gonna try and get into here as well. And they're gone. But stalled the advance a little bit, managed to really seriously beat up those Balearic Slingers, which I don't know why they're getting moved forward. They're not going to be able to shoot over the walls. Managed to have the artillery ceasefire, and if this is a newer player, they may not realize that they can get back on the artillery unit and also cause some of these units to use their javelins. So, not too bad. Alright. Start to see a little bit more of Iceni. Britain skirmishers. No slingers, brought some skirmishers, that's cool. Heroic nobles, chosen sword band. And we did see a unit here, but they have since disappeared into the woods. Rome has stalled. Is he firing here? He is. No, he's taking fire. These guys are going to be gone any minute now. Thanks to Cush's archers, perhaps? No, not Cush's archers. Steppe archers, maybe? 150 range. Iceni is now mounting the walls. These might start firing? No, they haven't fired yet. Are all these... No, these units aren't hidden yet. My lord. It is a Monday. You'll have to forgive me. Yeah, they're not firing. They don't see those units yet. Okay, that's fair. But even some of those... Yeah, they're not firing. I don't know why. Perhaps maybe they used up all their ammo already. Are any of these depleted? 151? Yeah, maybe they did. Guess they could have. Anyway, where's that other unit? Step Lancers. Still hanging out. On the outside, waiting for a moment to strike. Cleric Slingers are not doing anything. They're just there. Push moving around units. Going up to meet them? It doesn't look like it. Throwing their jabbies. Auto fire is not turned off. And that's unfortunate. But one of these guys, at least, some of them are actually going to get shots into the back here. I don't know if that'll actually kill any of them or not. Slowly but surely. And this is just a fantastic vantage point here. I mean, the Celtic Slingers are going to have a serious field day. Oh, so 1 Syrian and 3 Slingers. Honestly, oh no, 2 Slingers and 2 Syrians. I mean, Slingers not a bad choice to go with. They get more ammo than Archers, because hypothetically speaking, if you want to look at this in a real world use, Slingers usually have a pouch full of lead bullets, and once that pouch is emptied, all they have to really do is pick up some dirt and hope that they find a pretty good stone in there that they can use. So it makes sense that they have more ammunition than Archers do. Quite a bit more, actually. So already one of Arverni's units is gone, or Iceni for that matter. Yeah, Iceni is not having too good of a time. They are getting pretty well and thwarted. Step Archers, Chimerian Heavy Archers firing right on in. I mean, these Levy Freemen, even the Sword Band. I mean, Sword Band has 45 armor, but that's like the low end of being good, I feel like. It's still not bad, but boy, it ain't great. And of course, you know, even the Levy Freeman, they have 45 armor, but again, I feel like their 45 armor value is even crappier, just because they're shirtless. So they started the waiver. They're actually going to come back. So maybe they're going to charge on in there, perhaps? I don't know, but Chimeria has a nice little defensive line here, and they're just going to get caught in the crossfire. My lord. Step Archers, Chimerian Heavy Archers firing right on in here. Anything that Arverni is going to send up here onto the walls is just going to get chewed up by these Slingers. Rome is still holding in the back, although now they are completely up on the walls. The Kushite Slave Infantry is going to have a tough time, definitely, containing the Hastati. But if they can keep the Hastati from coming off the walls, they absolutely 100% can use the Archers to just melt them. I mean, that is one strategy. You let them mount the walls and then contain them on either side, herd them in, corral them up, and then you just open up on them with your ranged units. And since he has the Kushites, Royal Kushite Archers, I mean, these guys will do a number. They have quick reload and a good missile damage too. That 40 missile damage definitely makes a difference. So yes, the Kushite Slave Infantry is not doing well, but it is doing what it needs to be doing. And Rome still has units back here. Honestly, these guys should be getting moved up. Don't even tell me he moved up his... Oh, no. He did. He's trying to burn down the gates. Not a bad idea. The gatehouse is neutralized, so he doesn't have to worry about them getting shot at or hot oil being dumped on his units when he does go through. But Kush and Chimeria will be ready for that eventuality. But honestly, I mean, it is burning. Where is it at? It's at 48% fire damage. If I'm Chimeria, hell, even if I'm Kush, no, Chimeria, I would take my Step Lancers and just bring them back in here, charge out this gate to get rid of these guys. and then also continue on and take out the rest of these Balearics, who are firing. Oh, you poor, poor babies. They're not really going to get shots. They are losing, but they aren't really going to get shot at. Only a couple of those projectiles are actually going to make it over and hit some of these slave infantry. That's why, like, Iceni on attack is never... Not that it's a terrible idea, it's just not the best of ideas. So here we go. Syrian Archers are now firing in. We got, what do we have? Gallic Hunters, and Gallic Hunters. But they are getting thrashed by these Syrians, who are more heavily armored than the Gallic Hunters. Although, ooh, these guys are getting pretty beat up, though. They're probably getting focused by all 4, or at least 2 units of. And they are wavering in a rout, and they're gone. Damn, that sucks. How many kills do they have? Only 39, and they're gone. But Arverni, conversely, is losing, has lost 1 unit, and probably is going to lose this one too, if they continue to sustain fire from Galatia's units over on this hill. Yeah, I do like Athens as this medium-sized settlement, especially because, I mean, this is a little bit over OP, but it does offer this defensive hill right here. This is perfect for, you know, thwarting attacks here, because if anyone tries to come up like as they did here to mount the walls, you can just have, I mean, a picture having even a scorpion here just ripping shots through. Absolutely devastating. But so far so good. Rome's trying to make some sort of headway, but it does seem like it is starting to stall quite a bit. Even though, I mean, they're just up against slave infantry, Kushite slave infantry. These, the Hastati that he sent up here have been getting slaughtered because of the incoming fire from Chimeria and Kush. Iceni has now moved up the most of his forces here. Britain skirmishers just kind of hanging out. They are skirmishers, right? Yeah. So I haven't used any of their ammo yet. And they're just waiting. Honestly, I think this is going to be a detriment in the long run. I think that if he pushed in right now, they would have no problem winning this. But he's waiting. He's waiting way too long. Quite frankly, especially if he got the Chosen Sword Band up here, because they're a fairly serious unit. They're not great. They're not terrible though. And if he got them up here on the walls, they could probably take out definitely the Scythian hoplites and probably even just the regular hoplites themselves. Kushite slave infantry charging right on out the gates to come after these Balearic slingers. He's going to manage to actually pin them down and get them, it seems like. It also seems like their artillery is gone. Arverni's artillery is still firing, up to 148 kills, so not bad. Might be out of ammo now, actually. And Rome definitely still has ammo, but he lost his artillery crew. However, Arverni could... No, never mind. I take it back. He can't. Even though it looks like they technically have artillery, the amount of ammunition that you have, that your artillery crew has, remains with the crew. So even though this technically looks like it has ammunition, and by all rights it should have ammunition, if Arverni took his artillery crew off and brought them over here and mounted the Roman ballista, they wouldn't have any ammo. Personally, I think that's kind of silly. I don't think that makes any sense. But yeah, there it is. Meanwhile, over here, Galatia has the unit starting to waver a little bit. Shots coming into the back of these Celtic Warriors. They're going to get torn up, taking on some Galatian swords. They are losing, however, though. And now they're just kind of dogpiling on Rabbit over here, trying to keep Arverni from making any type of headway. They are managing, actually, to do a pretty good job. 2 out of the 3 units are losing, well, now they're losing decisively. 1 unit is now, combat's even, and they are wavering. And I would imagine they will break relatively soon as well. I mean, they're just getting absolutely hammered in the back from this Celtic Slinger unit. Levy Freeman up in the wall, though, acting as, I guess you could say, 30 spear, throwing their jabbies down into the Galatian swords over here and doing a pretty good job. Meanwhile, it looks like these Syrians are firing. No, they're taking fire, though. Perhaps they're out of ammo. 192 kills. Yeah, they're definitely out of ammo. Yep. So they're just here as a sponge. They're taking fire from the Gallic Hunters as a debate move. And Arverni is falling for it. Still, Iceni is just kind of, looks like he's sending up his units in drips and drabs. It's not going to play out, my friend. It is not going to play out. He really needs to be sending up the bulk of his force, especially those chosen sword band. They will be instrumental, or at least they could be instrumental, in completely turning the tide of this battle. Fortunately, that is not what he is doing. Sending up his Levy Freeman here and there, not even moving forward, just the regular sword band. Rome, for the most part, is done for. What do we got here? The Syrians, yeah, they're coming out. This might also be a good, yep, there we go. I knew it. Step Lancer's going to move around. They're going to look for an opening to go after. I mean, Rome's leaving his archers in the dust, more or less. If Chimeria can get his Step Lancers over here quick enough, I will say that he will definitely be able to get rid of at least 2 of these archer units. But that's if they remain far enough back from the main body of the Roman force. Arverni's still having a pretty difficult time. Going to have an even harder time because he is Noble Horse General, and they were unsuccessful in burning down this gate, even though it is at 87 fire damage, 33 regular percent damage, and 15% gate damage. They're more or less kind of screwed. He did move forward and drop a buff on his units. Looks like Raise Banner and Rally. How well that's actually going to turn out for them, I'm not entirely sure. Although Command Heavy Archers have been sent 322 kills. Wow, nice. Nice use of your Chimerian Heavy Archers, getting a boatload of kills there. 43 men left in the unit. They're falling back because they're wavering. However, I'm fully confident that they will come back so long as they don't get shot in the rear. And they're a decent infantry unit after the fact because they do have spears. And oddly enough, as much as I hate spear units, except for Thurio spears, they have done no wrong. They are a pretty solid spear unit, which is hilarious to me. They're not bad. I mean, they have a 20 weapon damage. And melee defense is 20. Armor's 35. Let's take a look at the Syrians real quick, because I always like to compare these two. Syrians, weapon damage is 24, melee defense is 15. So melee defense is not as good, but weapon damage is definitely better. Armor, I think, is not as good. Where they go? They came back. Step Archers, here they are. Armor's 35. The Syrians is 25. Okay. So they have better melee defense and armor, but not better weapon damage. Weapon attack, or melee attack is... what? Melee attack's 18. Syrians, where are you? Syrians, melee attack. Come on, stop moving around. Melee attack's 12. Alright, so they have a better melee attack for sure. Right, 18, 12, yeah. But not, the weapon damage isn't as good. But what really is better? You know? What's there? Melee defense 22. 20. Melee attack's 19. Armor's 30. Do they have better armor than the Syrians? No. Syrians, yeah, I think it's... I would have to say Syrians are probably the tankier archer unit out of all of them. Although I don't know I forget what the Nabateans' armor value is. But anyway, Heroic or Chosen Sword Band has managed to make their way in. Only one unit though. If he's going to continue to send these units in drips and drabs, again, it's going to be a detriment. A huge detriment to the overall outcome of this battle. Kushite slave infantry, 110 kills, not bad. Managed to take on 2 units of Levy Freeman and is getting rid of both of them, it seems like, especially with the aid of Chimerian heavy archers here, firing up at these Levy Freemen right into the side. Keep in mind, too, that is the weapon arm, so that's not going to be as defensible, right? Yeah, they're not going to be able to defend against arrow volleys as well because it is the weapon arm. And look at that, they're starting to waver. At 94 men, they have broken, and they are routing now. Whether or not they will actually completely break, we'll have to wait and see. However, I'm fully confident that that is going to happen. Looks like they were firing at this wall. At least Arverni probably was, and then he probably ran out of ammo. Oh, did he get in here? Did I miss it? No, okay, so he's still over here. He's over here still. Yeah, this is... Too much is here. He's got the Vigilades right here that could just fall back easily and defend, and then the noble horses right here as well. So this is it's not a trap, but pretty well defended. Rest of the Stati is going in. What does he have left? Just the 3 units of Vigilades, those the Equites and the Legatus. Push doesn't have too much left. Well, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units left, plus the elephants. I think that's going to come in clutch as well. Once, I mean, if you can find a good spot to send the elephants in, he's just going to have to be quick with it. Unless they decide to fall back, and he does. That's how they do it. They fall back and let the attackers fall into a trap. But it's got to be the right moment, though, because that is Kush's general, so he's not going to want to just throw away the unit. What we got over here? Celtic Slingers, 125 kills. Are they out of ammo? Yes, they are. Levy Freeman up on the walls, just kind of hanging out. Galatian swords being sent up, losing decisively, but I don't know how long that's going to last for. How many kills? 223. My lord. They've got to be out of ammo. No, they still have ammo. So hopefully they'll be able to get some shots off. Some really good shots off into the Levy Freeman before they run out, and they can aid and abet the Galatian swords up here, you know? Meanwhile, in the halls of justice, what an unenthusiastic jab. Nah. Nah. It's a little laggy too, isn't it? F12, and thank you for taking me for a ride. I know I say it all the time, but I don't know why it does that. There's nothing bound to F12 in Rome 2. So, oh well. The Warriors coming off the finally more chosen swordman in. But again, he doesn't really have much left. Look what he has his 4 skirmishers, and he's only sending 1 in, and then his general, and then that's it. I mean, the way that he's sending these guys in, they're gonna get beaten back. A fresh unit of hoplites, these Scythian hoplites have managed to just hold the line for quite a bit. I think, if I remember correctly, they're actually kind of tanky. They're quite tanky. If I remember, I feel like I remember covering another replay where someone had Scythian hoplites and they just would not die. But with a jabby volley like that, though, Chimeria moving up another unit of hoplites post haste to help hold the line just in time to take some fucking fuck this tree in general. This one too. These 2 trees are definitely helping protect this Scythian hoplite unit. That is hilarious. And then we have this depleted unit of hoplites right here. Honestly, it would be a suicidal move, but you could probably squeak this guy right on through here if you wanted to, and then get them either in on the side or in behind. Galatian Legionnaires have been moved up. They're going to take on these Celtic Warriors, and they're going to have a field day with them. Chimerian. Oh no, the Steppe Archers are now in the mix as well, taking on some Stadi and Levy Freeman and Ignatos. But Galatian Legionnaires moving up. They're going to be able to take care of these two units pretty easily. Any movement from the Elephant General yet? No, nothing yet. Oh man, they're gonna come around, and they might just dogpile right into the Rome, right into the side. Keep an eye on that. I think he still has his step lane. Yep, still has his step lancers too. This is what I'm predicting is what's going to happen. I'm predicting that the Steppe Lancers are going to be a sacrificial pawn to distract Rome, to pull away the Equites and the Vigiles, maybe even the Legatus, and then when that happens, elephants are going to barrel right on in. Or vice versa. We'll have to wait and see. So this flank has been completely secured. Rome has completely given it up, and they're just going to focus in on over here. Honestly, I mean, he has these two units over here. They don't need to be here, but they're there maybe just in case, just as insurance, right? Meanwhile, they're getting all of these like free 240 kills. My lord. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in this one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that cool YouTube stuff. Helps out the channel, of course. I appreciate it as well. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below as well. Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. As you know, Twitter and Twitch don't get used very much, but Discord, it does get used. We're not super active in there. We're not a rowdy bunch, but the more of you that hop on in there, create conversations, and also drop in your replays that you have of your own that you'd like to see up on the silver screen that is YouTube, will definitely become more and more chatty Cathy's. And as always, if you don't know how to find your replays, feel free to ask, or Google it, or YouTube it, either way. But if you do ask in the Discord server, myself or somebody else, I'm sure will be happy to help you. It really is pretty easy, honestly. Chimerian Noble Infantry General has been sent in, pardon me, to hold this flank over here. It looks like one of the Galatian Legionaries was getting a little beat up, actually. Down to 66 men, only 75 kills. Galatian Legionaries over here up to 164 kills, down to 150 men. Levy Freeman not having a very good day. Kushite Slave, Royal Kushite Archers being sent in. 325 kills for that unit, 236 for this one. Well done. Levy Freeman getting sent off the field of battle. Soon the Saki Histadi will be next. And it won't take long. These guys are the absolute garbage of garbage, in my opinion. I mean, look, 60 armor is not bad, but everything else is pretty trash, in my opinion. 28, 34 for melee attack, weapon damage. Melee defense is 47. Morale is only 40. But Raised Banner has been, or Rally has been popped at least. Hoplites getting beat up. Yeah, the line has been broken over here. Heroic Noble General is being swarmed by Kushite Slave Infantry, and now we have some routing going on over here. Here come the elephants. Steppe Lancers coming on in as well. And now it's a mad dash to see what they should go for first. Verni's artillery crew has been brought up. Elephants ducking into the woods, either to hide or scouting out, looking for something. Roman General going to charge right on into these Steppe Lancers. Vigiles have been moved forward too, so now the archers are all on their own. They're actually going to fall back. What are you doing? No, they have full ammo. and they're falling back to go after these elephants. Get them in the woods. Get them in the woods. They're hidden. Or they're just going to go after the horses. Far enough away now. And if he switches to, which he hasn't yet, but if he switches to fire shot, then that drops the range down to 125, so he'd have to get closer anyway. Hasn't lost any of the elephants yet, so that's good. And he's just... The attack order on the Steppe Lancers is still standing. They're just getting... Rome is definitely a new player. For sure. There they go. Off into the distance. Not sure what Push is doing. Himerian hoplites coming on out. Looks like they're going to either get after the noble horse or maybe even try and get after the archers. Hopefully they get over here fast enough to get after one or the other. But this battle's done with. Lots of wavering going on the battlefield from the attackers. Kushite slave infantry just putting in some work. Same with the Royal Kushite Archers too. They're just doing a number on these guys. Oh, he's pulling them back. What are you doing, bud? I mean, you can't get them on the walls, but I don't know what would be better here. Elephant's going to charge right on into these noble horse, or just going to stand there and take it. That's even worse. Oh, no. Keep going. Chase them off. Hoplite's going to keep moving forward. Lots of shots coming in at these elephants, but they'll be able to tank most of it. And they're just going to rack up a ridiculously disgusting amount of kills here. It does not seem that he knows that he needs to use fire shot. And these archers are just done for. What are we at here? Look at that number. It's just absolutely climb. Gonna get a rear charge. Can you even call it a rear charge when you're charging elephants? Like, does it matter what side you charge into them on? I mean, look at the size. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you charge them in the rear. You're just gonna get your head stuck up an elephant's ass. And that's it. Minute 19 left. For all intents and purposes, this battle is over. Inside, the attackers have been completely thwarted. Rome's general is the only one who has enough courage to be like, come on, we can still do this. We've got the gumption. Just find some moxie. Pull up your bootstraps. Yada, 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 yada. My brother in Christ. My brother in Apollo. No. You are done for. That's going to be it. We're going to fast forward it because we know that this is the end. Quite frankly, I want to see how these Kushite slave infantry did. Oh, I want to see how the archers did. Because honestly, it came brass tacks. All right, brass tacks. Brass tacks. It came. No, I don't want to look to see. Brass tacks. The entire defense of this settlement rested solely on the soldiers' shoulders of the ranged units. 100%. It mattered completely that they were able to focus fire on every unit that managed to get up on the wall and tried to make their way down it. And being able to contain Rome, Arverni, and the drips and drabs that Iceni let in, being able to contain that and get good firing angles is what won them the day. Because if they didn't have those firing angles, I'm not sure that this would have turned out the way that it did. All right, let's get into this. Eric with 2,225, 2,253 kills, 235 for his general, 0, 12, and 63 for the Steppe Lancers. Unfortunate for these two, but I feel like they served a pretty decent purpose, especially since Rome was just chomping at the bit to go after them. 394, 322, 263, 196 for his archers. Fantastic job. 101, 299, 36 for the hoplites, and then the Scythian hoplites, 145 and 187. Billy T. Sherham getting 2,510 kills. 226 for the Noble Horse General, 125 for the Slingers, 192, 39, and 242 for the Syrians, 293 and 75 for the Legionaries, and then the Galatian Swords, 212, 151, 308, 135, 250, and 262. Star Killer 556 getting 2,814 kills, most out of everybody here. 290 for the General, 112, 370, 283, and 141 for the Archers. 183, 138, 212, 164, 227, 184, 178, 195, 48, 47, and 42. When was the last time that you ever saw numbers like that on Kushite slave infantry? Because I'll tell you right now, I've never seen Kushite slave infantry in all my time playing this game against AI or players get 227 kills and still be alive at the end of the battle. I've never seen that. That is legitimately impressive. Robot getting 1,384 kills, 32 for the General, 161 for the Ballista, 113, 85, 24, 19 for the Archers, 116, 121, 80, 59, 21, 81 for the Celtic Warriors, and then 82, 45, 61, 62, 99, 49 for David Freeman. I didn't even notice that he had a naked sword, and 74 for the naked sword. Willie Sneeze, 62, 262 with a, oh boy, sorry, brother. 894 kills, 52 for his General, 7 for the Ballista, 82 for the Equites, 24, 1, 10, and 17 for the ranged units. For the Hastati, 57, 111, 125, 15, 132, 7. Saki Hastati, 52, 25, 71, 64. And then 14, 17, and 11 for the Biglays. Saki Hastati are a lot like Italian swordsmen, mercenary Italian swords. They're not great. In my opinion, they're just not a great unit. Good for fodder if you need somebody to absorb ammo or just like take the brunt of a beating, but to actually like legitimately be like, yeah, I'm gonna use these. No, please don't. Please don't. They're not great. And then Jenny Matrix getting 900 kills, even 143 for the Heroic Nobles, 47 or 47, 51, and 14 for the Skirmishers, 79, 29, and 77 for the Chosen Swordman, 27, 37, 8, 8, and 24 for the Levy Freeman, and then 13, 41, 80, 33, 120, 42, and 30 for the Swordman. All right, that's going to be it. Definitely like these type of battles, smaller settlements, definitely most likely smaller funds. There might have even been some type of rule where you couldn't bring, anything with an armor value over a certain amount or something like that. But you see, it forces you to think of different army. I mean, look at our Verni's army comp here, right? I mean, how many Levy Freemen they have? But a lot of people do use, if they take, 2 or 3 Levy Freemen in just a regular online battle where there's no type of rules or whatever, they will take them sometimes and they'll use them specifically for the fact that they have javies and they can use them in that manner. And Arverni even did that. He set his Levy Freemen up on the wall and they were volleying down into the mass of units that were protecting the staircase. So it forces you to think outside the box. You can't bring what you usually bring. And I think that's pretty neat. You know what I mean? Makes you, case in point, all these Kushite slave infantry, top tier archers and an elephant, and then all Kushite slave infantry. It makes you try different things. I mean, Chimeria doesn't have a full 20 stack. He has 3 horses, archers, and then a handful of hoplites. 1, 2, 5, 6. 6 hoplites of varying types. Forces you to adapt and challenge what you think is an appropriate composition for an army, which is fun. You should be doing that. You shouldn't just, always be going with 4 thorax swords, 3 Thurio spears, 2 picked peltists, 4 Syrian archers, and a shield bearer general. He says, knowing full well that's what he usually picks when playing as Lucid. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. And as always, have a great day. morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are while you're watching. Just have a good one. Peace out, guys.